Hi, I'm Aaron Garcia. Welcome to episode 1 of Conversations with Aaron, a show where I interview local artists, garner a few recommendations from them, and highlight their work. Today's guest will be Ireland.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, dude?
What's up?
All right, let's do it. Cool. Watch your step. Oh, goodness. Cool.
Hello.
Hello, dude. Well, first thing, how are you doing, dude? Thank you so much for coming. You've been doing all right?
Yeah, I've been doing good. How are you?
I've been busy, really busy with school or whatever. Has your semester gone well?
Yeah, it's gone well. I'm excited for it to end.
Yeah, same. We have like 2 weeks left.
2 weeks,
right?
yeah.
Okay, groovy. Well, what have you been up to lately? Like, obviously, I know you're a photographer. The audience is going to find that out as well. But what have you been doing lately?
Just hanging out with family, my brothers. We just go to the park and stuff like that and work.
All right, got you. Well, with regards to like photography, like, have you done anything lately? Have you gone on any like photography shoots or anything like that?
Yeah, I actually did a photo shoot for this little girl out of Mesquite who has really bad ADHD.
Oh, nice.
So she started a jewelry business,
pretty.
And I shot all of her photos for her jewelry and stuff.
Oh,
so that was my most recent.
Okay, cool. And like, how often do you like have clients or anything like that?
Sometimes I go months with no shoots, and then I'll have like 3 in a row, or I'll have them spread out. So it really just depends.
Okay, groovy. And when did that like all start for you? Like going out and like, hey, do you want me to take your photo? Like how?
Well, at first, so I graduated high school in 2016.
Nice.
And then I moved to Austin, and I didn't feel comfortable charging people for my work. So I would just walk around, and different friends I would meet, I would be like, hey, like, let me just take your photos. And we would just walk around the city, and I would just take their photos in exchange for like a sandwich or something.
Okay, that's
and then
awesome.
I think maybe like a year and a half ago I started charging people, but it took me a really long time to find that confidence.
I got you. Well, that's good, because like, I mean, I've known like photographers who like barely start out. They'll be on their iPhones. It's like, all right, bro, I charge like $300 by the hour.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? You're not even a professional.
It's scary, because then, well, the pressure's on, but it feels good to be paid for your work. So it's like.
Yeah, exactly. Can I ask how much you charge?
Yeah,
if
so
you're comfortable with that,
I'm fine with it.
info?
A lot of people say it's not enough because editing sometimes takes so long, but I do $100 flat fee, and then $30 every hour we're together shooting.
Okay, so 100 up front, and then okay. What's the longest you've ever had to like work with somebody? Like how many like hours?
I did this woman's wedding, and I just charged her flat $800 for it, and she said I was just gonna be there from 12 to 6 or something, and I ended up being there from 11 to 2:30 in the morning.
Oh man!
So
where was that at?
I need to. It was in Longview, Texas.
Okay, nice.
But it made me realize I need contracts.
Yeah.
Because there was videographers there who were way more experienced than me, and the guy came up to me and was like, "Yeah, we're leaving. We only got paid till right now, but I'm kind of a pushover and."
Yeah.
I stayed.
Yeah. Well, that was nice of you. But yeah, that's all good. Okay, so that was your longest, and how did you come to like getting like $100 flat fee? Like, was that just like a good number to you? Like, did it start anywhere else, and like you worked your way up to it?
No, that's been the price I started at. I just didn't know what to. I guess I'm my own worst enemy though. Like when I look at my work, I'm really hard on myself.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is this too much? Is it too little? But once I'm editing and I'm taking out bags under eyes or freckles, I'm like, or not freckles, but just blemishes and stuff, I realize, okay, I'm not even getting paid 10 an hour at this point because I'm not a professional yet. So I take a lot of time on each photo. Sometimes I'm on one photo for 30 minutes trying to do it. Or I did an engagement photo shoot, and the guy had his phones in both back pockets. So photoshopping phones out of each photo, and I was like, this isn't worth it.
Crazy, like, 'cause I mean.
But I should have noticed. It's my fault I didn't see it.
It is what it is. We all make.
Yeah, you learn
whatever.
along the way.
Yeah, exactly, or whatever. But it's crazy because I kind of do photography, not really. I mean, I'm more of like a filmmaker.
Yeah.
I don't really have like an eye for that sort of thing.
You do though.
Yeah, with my little setup with Tommy Pickles in them. But I was gonna say, what do you use to edit? Because I try to do Photoshop, but ever know what I'm doing? Like, what do you?
Lightroom is really
Lightroom, I love, yeah.
So I start in Lightroom with all the basics, and then I export to Photoshop, and I only do one specific thing in Photoshop, and basically you just duplicate the photo, and then if you right click on it, you go to levels, and you just bring in the exposure and the contrast, and just makes everything pop. Like it's one of those YouTube things I found. Those tips on YouTube. Those tips, yeah. Well, it's funny because one time I didn't do it for this girl, but she noticed I did it last time. She was like, "Whatever you did, I need you to go back and do that on all the photos." And I was like,
"You're like, all right,
so now I have to do it."
Like, go through my YouTube history. Yeah. Watch a video. Okay.
So now I do it on every single photo, and it makes such a big difference.
Cool. So what are, because I am pretty familiar with Lightroom. Audience, if y'all aren't, well, you're just kind of to listen, I'm sorry. What are some things you like doing on Lightroom? Do you mess with like the whites and blacks a lot, or do you just go through that whole thing?
So I pull up the graph where it shows, like, you have the red curve, the blue curve, and the white curve.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is. Like,
if I'm editing for my own personal, and I'm not editing for somebody who paid me, I mess with that. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing. I just click and drag, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Until something works.
Yeah, but if I'm editing professionally, I'll watch YouTube videos on specific looks and stuff, because you kind of want to keep up with the times. Like, people want what they see online, so I try to alter the way I edit from that standpoint if it's for a client. But if it's just for me, I'm all over the place. Like, I will bring the lighting all the way down and put that all the way up.
That's groovy, dude. Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I love Lightroom.
Yeah.
My cousin, shout out cousin Noah, he kind of introduced me to that.
Shout out.
Hey. Well, let's see. Okay, that's pretty good. And with regards to that, how do you separate between like a client, someone that you're going to charge, or just someone that, you know, you'll just do casual? Does it just like vary between friends, or is it always like, oh, you want photos? Bam, I'm going to charge you like?
So that's actually what I'm struggling with right now, because I want to give all my friends and family free things, but then the issues come when you're in school working and doing photography, and then you have your brother's photo shoot to edit that you did. That's like over a $300 photo shoot I did for free, and so it's like you start to feel used, but you did it to yourself type deal. So it's like I'm trying to find the boundary of everybody just gets charged the same thing if they want photos, unless it's my idea.
Nice.
So if I'm going up to somebody wanting to take photos of them, I'm not going to charge them. Okay. But if they're going to come to me, like, probably the last 6 months I did like 4 photo shoots for free. And
damn.
Well, they're all family. Like, my brother is getting married, so I did his photos, and then my other brother's girlfriend, and, you know, so it's just like, but they pay me in food sometimes, so that works.
Oh, well, you know, that balances out. Yeah,
I think I'm done with the free photo shoots, I think.
Got you. So I know you're in school right now, but do you have like an average amount of like photo shoots that you try to like, you know, like, okay, well, for the year of, you know, 2022, I want to get at least like 10 or 12, or do you just sort of play it by ear? Whatever is available to you, that's what you'll get?
I do play it by ear. Whatever I can get, I take. I do want to say thanks to my brothers, because, whenever they're out there hearing somebody needs a photographer, they send people to me.
Nice.
And then a lot of it is word of mouth, so I don't really plan to have a specific amount. I would like to get a website up just so I can have people see my work and be able to book me through that, because right now it's super random.
Yeah, because you have your Instagram photo account, right?
Yeah, but see, that Instagram is like more personal, because I just express all these crazy edits that I do. But if somebody wants to hire me for engagement photos, they don't have anywhere to go look for the engagement photos, because I don't have them posted anywhere. Because the following I have on that Instagram doesn't want to see engagement photos.
Yeah,
you know
I
what I mean?
You're like, what? This isn't weird. Like, what,
yeah,
what
who
is this?
that?
So normal. Okay, and so you mentioned like your brother was like kind of introducing you to clients. Is that how you've been growing your network? Or
yeah, honestly, like my brother was in the hospitality business, and so like he was just a bartender, and his manager needed somebody for food photos, so then I got in there, and then another manager at a restaurant is the one that I did the engagement photos for in the wedding, and that was through my brothers. I did, for my other brother works for a company that designs playgrounds, and he referred me to go take all the photos of the playground. So I was getting paid to drive around taking professional photos of playgrounds. I bet parents were like, "Yo, what's that woman doing?"
I
know that I honestly worked out that I was a woman because my brother tried doing it at first, and it was a little like, "Who are you? What are you doing?" But I had so much fun.
Okay, groovy. And,
but all word of mouth right now.
Nice, that's amazing. That's how it starts.
Yeah.
Dude. Shout out to having like a really great support system.
Yeah.
I think that's really sets the foundation.
And when you support somebody, people will support you back. Like the one person I've had be consistent as a client, the guy that referred her to me was somebody I bought a painting from.
Dang, nice.
So it's just like. Never would have thought. He probably wouldn't have done that if I didn't buy the painting.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
So artists support artists.
Heck yeah, dude, we got it. When did this all start? Like, how long ago did you your professional career, or just like when you got interested in photography? Rather, that's what I mean.
I think 2012 was when
the world ended.
I knew, when the world ended. And I came back, and I'm the only one that survived. No, 2012 was when I realized I wanted a camera. Mm-hmm. And then 2014 was when my grandma bought me my first camera that I still use today, which is a Canon 70D.
Canon 70D? Bro, I think that was like the first, you said that was in 2014?
2014.
Dang, that's wild because when I got in, that was around the time I was, or like 2012. So I guess I'm like 2 years older than you, probably, something like that. Canon 70D. I remember seeing YouTube footage.
It was the stuff. You had to get it. Yeah,
that was unreal. Like, dang, so you got that one?
Yeah.
And do you remember what lens you got? Was it just like the kit lenses?
It was just the kit lenses, and then the first lens that I got was the 75 to 300 millimeter. So that's basically what I used every single time I did a photo shoot up until last year. I bought myself a 50 millimeter lens because why not? They're under $200. I love the way they look.
Yeah.
And then my great uncle just gave me his camera equipment that was collecting dust. So I got some of his stuff, but yeah.
Okay, groovy. And how long? Because you said that was like your first official DSLR.
Mm-hmm.
How long did that take you to learn? Because I mean. Just as someone getting that fancy Canon 70D and then the lenses, was it hard for you?
It is hard for me. I'm still learning so much on it. And I've had it for so many years. 2014 is 2022.
It's 8 years old.
And because I'm not the type of person to sit down and learn everything about a camera. Mm-hmm. I'm the type of person to bring it with me everywhere I go and just click a bunch of buttons and see what I like. And I'm just adjusting things as I go. Very trial and error for me. But yeah, that's really it. I still do that today. I'll take it with me out on vacation, and I won't be able to exactly set it up exactly. I mean, I can get the basics down, but when I get really creative, that's more so me just testing things out. I never purposely do something unless it's for professional.
Got you. Man, so many directions I want to take this now. You said I'm like, oh no. All right, so let me just pick one or whatever. All right, so. We'll go with that one. Take off my index finger. So with regards to you setting up photos and whatnot, do you focus mainly on post? Okay, I'm just gonna take it and I'll fix it in post, or do you have lighting equipment and whatnot to make the photos pretty much the way I shoot it? That's how the final product's gonna be, or do you lean towards post?
I really do lean towards post because I've never had. Much lighting equipment at all. I actually still don't. When I go out to a shoot, for the wedding I rented a external flash, and thank God I did that. It saved my life. It was cloudy and in a really dark barn. I was like, okay. But no, I do rely heavily on editing, and I wish that I didn't. But that's just who I am as a photographer. It's a style. I don't know. I'm trying, as I go, I watch more YouTube videos, learn more things. I listen to YouTube videos on my way to photo shoots for whatever I'm specifically doing. No shame in the game. I pull up Pinterest in the middle of photo shoots to tell people how to pose. It's better than trying to guess and then they look bad.
Hey, you're still giving them direction. Like you're having like, hey, well, like do it like this. So that still takes like knowledge. So
exactly.
ain't nothing wrong
no
with that
shame
shit.
in the game.
Look at that boy Quentin Tarantino. That when he directs, he's like, oh, I'm gonna rip off this movie, and that's so it is what it is. You know, artists still. That's cool. And you're mentioning lenses. So you mentioned like getting a 50, and then I believe what was it, 75-300.
75-300. That's been my go-to number one.
Nice. So you're a fan of like longer lenses.
Yeah,
nice.
and but just recently seeing everybody's photos, I know I'm pretty late to the game because 50 millimeter lens, like everybody's been using it for a long time. But
it's that and that 35 that like people are
and people
like
are obsessed with the 35. Yeah, but it was like $120 brand new for the 50 millimeter, and it changed everything. Like I can do so much with it.
Yeah, what do you like about the 50 millimeter lens or like the longer lens? Do you like the sort of compression, how it's not real wide, it's just like very pleasing to look at? Like what
I love the crisp. I mean the blurred background with the crisp face. Like everybody, that's a go-to, you know.
Yeah.
And when you're doing engagement photo shoots, it's easy to do the ring stuff and the eyes and the lips and kisses and.
Yeah, and I feel like those lenses have gotten so sort of popular, not just with photography, like but media, like what you see on like HBO, like there's shows. I mean, I know the cameras are different. I think they're using full frames, but they're putting like 50s and 85s on them, so they all have that look. And I think it's become so prevalent and prominent, and what like the casual person sees it, like that's what they want.
Yeah.
So it's good that you're using that. So if you're going up to like a random person getting their photos, you use that lens and you use that idea, and like they already recognize it, and they're like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah, it's what they wanted. You give the people what they want.
They already have like a great look to it, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you work with anything wider than 35? Like, because I'm a filmmaker, so I try to do wider lenses because everything looks the same. I try to go different. I'm like, I need to be like my boy Steven Spielberg. Let me get a 24 millimeter. Like that's my preferred lens. But so, do you go anything wider?
Seriously, the only two lenses I use are the 75-300 and the 50.
Okay.
And I know that sounds really amateur, which is fine. I am an amateur.
Exactly.
So. You know, I'm saving up to get another lens right now. I don't know what lens. Sometimes I want to get a new camera. I've had this camera for a really long time, but it does like everything for me. You know, like it's a good
ain't
camera.
Broke, don't fix it, like, hey.
So I don't have any cameras that I want in mind though. So some people are like switch to Nikon, and I'm like, I don't know why.
I hear Sony a lot, and I can't argue like
Sony
because I'm a Canon person.
Yeah.
Too. Hey.
Canon.
We're not sponsored. We're not sponsored, but I've been hearing like those Sony, like the Alpha series. But anywho, that's a different topic.
Yes. I know.
Series?
Yes. Okay, I have it written in my notes. Like I don't know. I meant to look it up and I never did.
Oh, was that the? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No.
That's hilarious. Well, cool. Well, speaking of so obviously you're aware of Nikon, Sony, and whatnot. Like, have you, like, obviously you have your 70D, amazing camera.
I had a Sony before. That was my very first camera, but I didn't
finish nice.
Yeah.
That's good. Cool.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was good. It was very. I would just basically be in my backyard with it. Like that was in 2012. I got a Sony that was like. I don't know how to describe it. I don't even remember the name of it, to be honest. But it was my starter camera.
Nice.
And I would just take photos of flowers and stuff in the back. And I remember. I was editing photos in my mom's office, and she came in and she was like, wow, you really have an eye. And I was like, what? Really?
That's awesome.
And she was looking at it. She was like, no, seriously, like from a photographer's standpoint, like you shot something and made it look good. But it was like a fence with grass, and you made it look, it was just like where I was standing, and she complimented me, and then I was like, okay. And then I was like, Grandma, I really want a nice camera.
Now here we are 3 Oscars later. That's amazing. Well, cool.
Shout out Mimi.
Hey. All right, yeah, look directly into your camera and say that.
Shout out Mimi.
Hey. That's cool. Damn, so much I want to go. Okay, so, all right, we'll take the ring finger this time.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Get rid of it.
So, But, so I was going to ask, like, so have you, over the years, like, so post 2012 when you got your Canon 70D?
2014.
24, oh, my bad.
2012 started it all.
We start the show all over again.
Yeah, 2014 was the 70D.
Okay, gotcha. So have you worked with any other cameras just like casually, like, hey, I'm going to rent some new equipment? Like, have you experimented with anything else?
What I've only rented is the external flash, and then nice. But the only camera equipment is what we use at school. So like the EVA 1.8 and
which is a pretty solid camera.
Yeah, it's a really nice camera. It's what we're supposed to do and learn, but I don't know. Like that's really it. I haven't experienced like, I guess no really.
All right, no worries, no worries. I'm just, I'm a nerd. So I'm like, what camera have you? My nerdy self. But Guru, well, you were mentioning, I mean, it sounds like you have a great support system, like, going from your brothers, your grandma buying you the stuff, your mom complimenting you. So do you come from like a sort of artistic family? Like, are they similarly enthused by the arts?
My brother Preston, they're both really good at drawing. They always have been growing up. They're twins. Those are my two brothers. So one, it was good at cartoons. The other one would sketch anything and everything right there.
Dang, that's awesome.
So, but one went one route and the other kept the art. So he would do the spray painting, would do like galaxies and stuff, and then he did drawing. He went to the Art Institute in Dallas, and he wanted to do architecture, but they didn't offer it there, so he did interior design. And now he designs playgrounds, really cool ones, like the Quakertown.
Ooh, explain that to me. Quakertown. What is Quakertown?
Quakertown is a park near Denton, or near UNT.
Nice.
And it's just really cool. Like, it has this tower that kids can climb in, and the playgrounds aren't your typical swings and slide. They try to do a lot more interactive things. They have it's very up to date, so they'll have Braille on everything, and they'll have sign language, like different hand signs printed on, and but the tower itself to climb is really cool.
Dang. I'm a grown man. I'm about to hit Quakertown, y'all.
Yeah, well, I found it by taking the photos.
Nice.
Yeah.
Groovy. And so kind of like talking about the Sony before the Canon. Did you kind of grow up like using like little disposable cameras, like old school?
Yeah, Polaroids. My mom had OG. My mom took all of our photos as kids on Polaroids, and so I would just walk around taking photos and stuff. And
cool. So that's sort of like maybe like subconsciously.
Yeah, subconsciously. I never actually thought about it, like when it ever clicked in my head that I wanted to do it. But yeah. Yeah,
no, that's brilliant. That's how my mom was too. Like we have hella just well, not Polaroid, but
or the disposable. We would before any vacation go to CVS, get a disposable.
Memories going to Walmart and waiting for them to be developed.
Yeah,
and then they'll be in the little envelope and
and you pick the ones you want. People don't know you can pick the ones you want and only pay for those. You don't have to take all of them.
I did not know that.
Yeah, at CVS and Walgreens. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. And groovy. And what do you just like about photography? What do you like about taking photos and working with people? Like, what is it about it that you just like? I know that's a very broad and boring question.
No, it's not. I actually enjoy the feedback I got from the most recent photo shoot that I did. She loved the photos, and the little girl came up to me and hugged me after and was like, I want you to take my photos every time. Dang. And it's little things like that I'm like, I love this because, I was having a really bad day getting there because we were shooting in Dallas, and then it was hard to work with. It was super cloudy, and they wanted bright, and so I was getting a little stressed because I had high expectations, or they did. And then after she hugged me and said that, I was like, oh, okay. Okay.
Wouldn't that be amazing? Every client you had did the exact same thing. A grown ugly man you just met. That's brilliant. Cool. And well, that's really beautiful. And I mean, it makes sense because I love your photography and whatnot. So I'm glad that's going well.
Well, it makes people feel good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's really. Do you like having your photos taken?
No.
The irony.
I know. People are like, get in the photo. I'm like.
Awesome. And so again, I have to ask because I'm a filmmaker. Is it strictly photography, or would you like to do cinematography, or is that a different wheelhouse?
I don't know. Back in the day when I first got into school, I was gonna do just be a business major. But then
Nice.
I realized not for me. Like as soon as I had to start taking math classes, I switched my
Bro,
major.
yeah, say less.
And so I loved photography at the time that I was deciding, but I didn't want to major in photography because that really limits. So I was like, I'll major in film
Nice.
because it's a long, you know,
I'm glad you did. That's
creative
how we
side.
met.
Yeah.
Yo.
I wouldn't be here right
Hey.
now. But yeah, so.
Okay, groovy. And have you like worked on any like films or anything as a little camera in any capacity that you'd be like proud to say like I have, or just like random little?
I have, but only for school.
Only for okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I wish I did more outside of school, but I think I only moved to Denton 2 years ago, and then I took a year off from school from COVID. So I haven't met very many people to be able to go do these things with. So when we did the documentary class together, I got as many phone numbers as I could, but I haven't reached out to anyone. So I need to do that because I want to be a part of more things besides just school projects.
Gotcha.
You know, because it's fun. And I almost did. I was gonna be the cinematographer in Black Film Club, but then it got canceled because of COVID. And they didn't want to use me anymore because I wasn't gonna be a student by the time they were filming again because I took that year off.
Boy, COVID just taking,
But again, that's school related anyway.
Gotcha. It's all good. Yeah, little things. So yeah, me and Ireland met in our. Well, we had multiple classes, but the one we really met was our documentary class. So shout out. So I guess sort of last question, sort of wrap up. What's the future hold for you? What's next for Ireland, dude? Like what's?
Well, I graduate next semester.
Shout out. Me too.
Congrats.
That's like the third or fourth high five. Yo, we
can hand hug.
meshing exactly.
After that, I don't know. I think I might go to school for another 2 years to get my interpreting license for sign language. So I can still do photography, but not have to stress to make all my income just photography based. And I can have interpreting. So if I do that and take my time, then. But that's what the future holds. More photo shoots.
More photo shoots, shout out. And that's really good. And do you think
What about you?
Me? No one has ever asked me this question.
Yeah, what about you?
Well, yeah, so I'll be graduating in December too, assuming, I don't like bomb and just like start failing everything. But films, dude, keep making this show, keep getting some people on. Music, my goal is to really, this is totally off topic, but whatever, conversation, it's my show, I can do it. Okay, so you remember said the people?
So the people,
The band, so they're having a pretty big concert like in July.
What?
I'm looking for like videographers and photographers to like come help me.
I want to do it.
Yeah, okay.
July what?
17th, I think.
Okay,
July
my birthday
17th.
is July 12th.
July 12th. Oh, you'll remember that. All right. Yeah, I'm like, oh, your birthday. Oh, then what's your social security number?
Yeah, what's your social?
No, it's all good. All right, brilliant. Well, yeah, that's the future for me. Keep making this
sweet.
show and photography too. Hopefully, we'll be able to collaborate and whatnot.
Yes, please.
I'm definitely trying to get better on it. Better with that. Well, that's really brilliant, Ireland. I mean, thank you so much. I mean, just before you're like, I'm not too knowledgeable about cameras. You knew so much or whatever because it's unique to you. That's great, and you found what works for you, and I think that's amazing. So that's really good.
Thanks. Thank you for having me.
Of course, I feel very close to you. I assume the audience feels pretty close to you as well. So that's pretty good. Well, I guess we can sort of move on to the next segment. Do you feel like recommending stuff to the audience now?
Yes, let's recommend some stuff.
Bro, let's discreetly get these pieces of paper that, $500 pieces of paper that totally weren't just ripped from a little spiral I got at Walmart. Hey.
Hey,
All
Walmart.
right, cool. So it'll be right there, and we'll just talk to the audience. I'll list mine. We'll go 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. Okay.
Okay.
And feel free to give a little blurb or anything like that. All right.
Okay.
All right. Hello, audience of Conversations with Aaron. So the 6 things I want to recommend today are going to be all songs. The very first song I want to recommend, and this is momentous, dude. It's the first one on the the new incarnation of the show. It's Exile by Taylor Swift, featuring Bon Iver. I probably mispronounced that. Off of her 2020 album Folklore, featuring vocals by Justin Vernon. Bro, this song is amazing. Like, I love Taylor Swift. Fun fact or whatever. And if I had to say, like, I think Blank Space was always my favorite song, but like
I love
think
Blank Space.
I'm saying, but like I think Exile.
Okay.
Like
okay.
years from now, decades from now, when we're all gone, I think Exile is going to be remembered as like probably her masterpiece. Just Sing. It's an absolutely beautiful, devastating song. Check it out. And yeah, that's my first. Ireland.
Mine's, his name's Peter Lick, and he's a photographer, and it's spelled L-I-K. So you can find him anywhere. He's really cool. He has studios. I've been to his studio in Key West, Florida, and New York, and he just, like, the way he puts up his different work and the way he shoots and his dedication to getting places super early. It's a lot of landscapes, and yeah, he does a beautiful job. So that's my recommendation. Peter Lick.
Yo, man, we're gonna have a guest and everybody. My recommendation is Ireland. Like, yo, that's awesome. Thank you, Ireland. All right, my second thing I want to recommend is Anonymous Club by Courtney Barnett, off of her 2013 double EP, Sea of Split Peas. I'm going to go see her on August 31st, by the way. I can't wait. Anonymous Club is just a very beautiful melodic song. And fun fact, if you know anything about me and my music, that song inspired my latest song, Trash Days, which you can find on my Instagram. Yeah, just an absolutely beautiful song. Be sure to check it out if so. And cool.
Okay, my second recommendation is also a photographer. Sorry, not sorry. So the way I know him is Greg for a Day. That's his Instagram handle. I actually don't know his last name, but he lived in Asia for a really long time through like the 70s, 60s, 80s, 90s, and always had a camera on him. And so he now, in modern day with like Instagram and stuff, he's posting all of his work.
Bro, that's
and so he gets candids of people, like you can just see how people naturally were, like just walking around the streets of Tokyo in the 90s, 80s. It's really, really cool. Like his work is awesome.
I love candid
I'm his biggest fan. Yeah.
I love candid stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's boring, but then like once decades pass, it's brilliant to look back on. It's awesome. And thank you for that.
Yeah. Greg for a Day. Sorry, I don't know his last name.
It's all good. We'll check it after this. We'll put it in post. But cool. The third thing I want to recommend, the third song I want to recommend is Don't Worry Baby by the Beach Boys. Brian Wilson, love him. Beautiful voice. Beach Boys, I'm a pretty big fan of. But Don't Worry Baby, like, I could listen to this song on repeat for like a week and just love every time I listen to it. It's just a beautiful song. And, you know, like if you're having some troubling days, you know, don't worry, baby. Just listen to Don't Worry Baby and it'll change everything. So that's my third recommendation.
Okay, can I tell you a story just real quick?
Yeah.
I saw the Beach Boys. I went to New York with my dad, and we woke up one morning and put the news on, and we didn't really know what we were going to do with our day. And we walked down the street, and we saw the Beach Boys. They were just playing live. It was 9 a.m. in New York City, and the Beach Boys had a free concert and barbecue being catered.
Yo, no big deal. Brian Wilson and I'm just chill.
So that happened. I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Nice.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, my third recommendation is Demon Slayer. Again, not sorry, have to do it to them. It's a great show. It's beautiful. It makes you cry a lot. And
Yo, if you know, you know. They're probably like, that's so true. All right, awesome. Thank you for that, Demon Slayer. I know my brother likes it. Fourth song I want to recommend is a song that describes me, Your Best American Girl by Mitski. I could have recommended like so many Mitski songs, but I went with this, Your Best American Girl, because the chorus is just like beastly, dude. It's like on a whole other level, and I love Mitski, and keep watching this show throughout the weeks. I'll probably be recommending more of her work, but definitely check out Your Best American Girl if you haven't. It's a killer of a song. It's devastating.
I've never heard it.
Oh, well, I know what we're doing after this then, bro. Hey.
Okay, my fourth recommendation is New Girl. It's a TV show on Netflix. It's the best show ever. I've probably seen it 3 times. It's just got something for everybody, you know, like everybody's personalities, each character brings something to the table, and it's like you can't say you don't like the show. It's just a good show.
Is that the one with Zoe
Deschanel? Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's funny. It's all around funny. They just hang out. It's like a lot of seasons, so you don't have to worry about it ending, and then you don't know what to do with your life.
It's not one piece.
It's a good show to have on in the background if you're doing laundry, which is what I do. It's just there. It's funny. It's good.
New Girl, check that out, bro. Nice, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Let's see, the fifth song I want to recommend is Like I Used To by Sharon Van Etten and Angel Olsen. Shout out to 91.7 KXT. This is where I first heard this song.
Shout out.
Hey, it's just a beautiful duet, dude. It's so powerful, and I mean, just it's not country. I guess it's like indie. That would be its thing. But dude, there's just so much power to it. Like the shared vocals between Sharon Van Etten and Angel Olsen, just beautiful or whatever. Just please check it out. I think you're gonna love it. Even if you're into like rap or just other music, I think anybody can listen to this song and really dig it. So be sure to do that, please.
Okay, and my fifth recommendation is another show. It's called Sword Art Online. It's incredible. It's also an anime. If you like romance, there's a really cute couple in it. A lot of people can hate on it, but there's really no reason to. Shout out Hampton for showing me this. It's yeah, but it's cute. If you like romance and you like really good fighting and cool swords, you'll like it.
Heck yeah, bro. I'll dig that. Alrighty, well now we're down to our last recommendation or whatever. I wish it could be like 30. It'd be like, yeah, this. Yeah. But my sixth and final recommendation for this first amazing episode of Conversations with Aaron is Snake Charmer by Blink-182 off of their 2011 Neighborhood album, but I think it's on like the deluxe edition. I don't think it's on like when it released. I don't think it's on there. Anywho, Snake Charmer, dude, it's like the fact that like so many Blink-182 fans, of which they're my all-time favorite band, like a lot of people don't know it. It's like very much under the radar, and it's crazy because it's like amazing. And I think that whole album, Neighborhoods, is like vastly underrated. I know when it came, people were like, that don't sound like the Blink-182, but
yeah.
I love the album personally.
Everybody always has something to say.
Exactly, and I mean, I personally love the album. So I mean, if you feel like checking the whole thing out, that's fine. But definitely look up Snake Charmer. Just everything about it. I think it has like one of the heaviest riffs they've like ever done, which is when you think of Blink-182, you don't think of heaviness. Like
yeah,
you think of more
like
you think of more like he's a weenie, like stuff like that. But anywho, yeah, Snake Charmer. Check it out. Chorus is like catchy as heck. Kind of Angels and Airwaves a bit, but I love it. It's one of my favorite songs by them, easily like top 5. And yeah, that's my last recommendation. Now we'll finish it up with Ireland, bro. What you got?
My last recommendation is a song, New York, New York, Frank Sinatra. It's not just a song, it's everything. So I used to listen to it over and over and over again. I could probably break down right now and just give you guys a show, but I won't do it. You have to pay for that.
Hey, let's get a zoom in real quick. Yeah. Let's get that.
Yeah, unless you're at Game Changers on karaoke night, then you'll see me in the air singing New York, New York.
Heck yeah. When did you first hear that song?
My dad is a Frank Sinatra guy, so
Nice.
I was a kid for sure. But he would start to get annoyed because I would go with him to work and I would be like, Dad, please put in the Frank Sinatra CD. And I would let the song play and then I would restart it. The whole drive from Plano to Dallas, just restarting the song and me going all out.
So it's like your dad was a Frank Sinatra fan, but then after
Yeah,
that he's
he
like,
was,
now I'm like tired of him. Well, that's absolute. I just listened to My Way for the first time by him, Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, I love My Way is my dad's favorite song.
Nice. I was always aware of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, you mean the Limp Bizkit song?
Yeah, the Limp Bizkit song.
I was like, yeah, I know My Way. Or
I almost put it was New York, New York, or My Way for my 6th recommendation.
Hey, we'll have that in parentheses, and we'll have so New York, Frank Sinatra, but then also My
Way.
Check. Yeah,
it's a great song.
Beastly songs. Well, okay, man. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
Those are
you.
amazing recommendations. Audience, feel free to maybe comment on this video, see if y'all like it. But those are our recommendations. And well, Ireland, do you feel like showing us your work now or whatever? We'll look at some of your photos.
Sure. Let's do it.
I agree. Well, we'll do that now, and I think the audience is gonna love it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Perfect. All right, Drew. Well, we're still here with Ireland. Thank you so very much. We're gonna take a look at some of her photos. I hope you're excited. I am. I'm sweating. I'm so excited. And all right, let's do this. Thank you, Ireland. You're still here. Thanks for not, leaving, skipping town or whatever. All right, Drew. So we got your first photo in front of us. So tell us about it. What are we looking at? Amazing photo, by the way. I love all of them.
Thank you. This is just the skate park down in Austin. Is right next to a parking garage. And my friend was my model that day.
Nice.
funny story, he actually dropped the camera I was using that morning, and like the front part of it shattered, and he maybe shed a tear or two, but it was actually just the lens cover thing.
Nice.
So
well, that's nice.
Always get one of those. But yeah, I was using the 70D still, and I didn't purposely do anything. I just put him there, and I was like, hey, let's go to the skate park. I'm just going to take photos of you. I don't actually skateboard at all. I was just there hanging out. Mm-hmm. And it was one of those things, like I said earlier, I just brought my camera with me everywhere. And I was just messing around with the settings, and I ended up getting this.
Nice. So it wasn't like set up or anything? It was like very spur of the moment?
No, he was actually there wanting to skateboard, and I was just there walking around taking photos. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so I was like, hey, pose real quick. And so I just took a bunch of photos of him, and I really liked that one, so I edited it.
I love it, dude. You can tell like he was like probably mid-session too.
Yeah, he's actually sweating a lot.
Like, damn, Arlen, are you done? All right, bet. And then he like went back. That's awesome. Now, can I ask, like, so the sort of like how was that happening? Like the lighting, all like that, was the shutter speed messed up? Like,
so long shutter speed, and you don't like your hand. It'll be a lot more blurry than that if you try to purposely move your hands. Mm. So if you actually just have like the long shutter speed and don't move your hands are already naturally shaky enough that tiny creates that. So
nice, I dig it.
It just happened, and I was like, okay, I really like that.
Heck yeah, you're like, all right, we're going.
Yeah.
And that's good. And obviously you shot it like vertically.
Yeah, so. I was laying on the ground and
nice.
Just running around and drinking beer and taking photos.
Heck yeah, that's the best way to do it, bro. Like, damn, that's
I was like, having fun,
Okay, groovy. How long ago was this?
This was 2017.
2017. Damn,
yeah.
Bro. I'm always like, that was a year ago. I'm like, no, that was 5 years ago.
I know, 2017.
Goodness
gracious. That's crazy.
All right, well, I love that photo. Shout out to your model, Bam.
Shout out.
Shout out. Okay, do you skateboard?
No.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely not. Never.
Nice.
No, I mean, I tried, but I had pillows taped around me, and like, I'm really scared.
You're like the Michelin man.
That's a far way down to fall.
Nice. All right, well, that's amazing. I love it. And all right, we'll go to the next photo now. Check out that one. Oh my goodness, that's my hand, y'all. Fun fact. No, I'm joking.
He's got jokes.
So tell us what we're looking at. It's a very beautiful. This looks like if you had a cover for your website, like, bam, that's what people would love to see.
So this is my brother's doing his engagement photo, and this actually had a lot of editing to do with it. The beard was not filled. I filled the beard. But
Can you point out, and they were like, what? I'm like in the way.
I don't know, like, I think right here, you can kind of see it doesn't match. Like, I put beard there, and then up here, it wasn't fully across, so I added in some beard there.
I hope my big head isn't blocking that too much. I'm doing what I can.
Now that it's close up, you can kind of see I took away the bags under the eyes, but not with these eyes. You can't see that when it's on my computer. But I brightened the ring up. I just circled the ring and brought it. I wanted it to look brighter.
No, this is like, this is a really beautiful image. I really love it.
Thanks.
Do you remember what time of day?
50 millimeter. Oh.
50, that was gonna be my next question.
Time of day. It was 50 millimeter clock. And no, it was probably 5 o'clock in the woods. Nice. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Oh, do you like shooting at certain time of days?
No, it was just I mean, if they, depending on the look they want. So if they want some darker shots with the sunset and stuff, then I'll shoot 1 hour to 2 hours before sunset.
Okay.
So that we can get with good daylight, and then, but I don't really care what time of day, as long as the shadow is not like.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And so for this particular like picture and the pose, did you take like multiple pictures, or like do you set them up like, all right, go, like, oh, let me take another, or was it sort of just like one and done?
No, we took a bunch like that. Pinterest, I found it, so shout out Pinterest. I just literally had them look at the photo, and then we kind of set it up from there. And
did nice.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And like, do you often have, like, I know that's your brother, but do you often do like wedding shoots or prom photos, like that sort of thing?
Yeah, so I did a different engagement photo shoot with, they didn't tell me their twin 3-year-olds were gonna be there. So I'm like preparing and all nervous and stuff, and then I get there and I see that they brought their kids with them, and I was like, oh, you didn't tell me that. That nobody communicates with the photographer.
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, I enjoy doing it though, the engagement photo shoots. I learned it's mostly about the woman. So like a lot of the shots are to do with the ring and the woman and the man, like, but.
Yeah, no, yeah. I wouldn't dispute that. I think I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, very great photo. And when was this? Sort of recent, or?
Yeah, this was recent. I took this 2 months ago.
2 months ago. Okay, nice. Yeah, well, I really loved it.
Or 3.
And I mean, bro, like when I get married, yo, Ireland.
Yeah, call me.
Yeah, heck yeah, dude. I'm gonna take this exact photo.
Yeah.
Except it's gonna be my wife taking a like kissing my hand.
Yeah,
like
exactly. I'll fill in anywhere I need to.
All right, that's brilliant. Well, thanks so much again. Yeah. Beautiful image, y'all. It's awesome. And you ready to go to the next photo?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Yo. Okay, so this one, I assume you had a few. So
yeah, yeah. No. So this was just, I was hanging out with my friend. A lot of them were people I just met at work and stuff down in Austin. And so I just was like, hey, do you want to just walk around the city tonight, and I'll just continuously take photos of you and edit them how I want, because if I'm not getting paid, I can do whatever I want. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how this photo came about. I was just like, for hours we just walked around downtown Austin, and I would just take pictures of him, and he does like SoundCloud rapper type deals, so he was like, yeah, I could use some good photos of me, you know? So it worked out in the end.
That looks like an album cover. I can imagine like a parental advisory sticker. Like
yeah, like, I don't know, have you seen 13 Going on 30?
Yeah.
So when they're doing, the other girl that they, it was like her best friend back in the day, but she works with her.
Yeah, now
she's
they don't
giving
like
the magazine presentation for hers is like dark and mysterious, and everybody didn't like it. They wanted fun and bubbly, but I really liked it, and that's kind of like where I was like, I like that. That kind of goes with the vibe of like the dark and I don't know, the colors in it and stuff. I just like.
Yeah, well, I like that you're kind of like, sort of, I guess, like getting deeper into it, because like looking at this, I feel. Again, you know, I'm not a photographer. I'm not an artist or whatever. Yeah. I mean, look at this setup. I'm an artist, but just looking at it, I feel like this is something that like you could put sort of like in a museum and have people like sort of talk about and like analyze, because I like it. You know, it's sort of, you know, going from his pose or whatever, and like this sort of blurriness. The fact that it's like very much like just on the street. Yeah. I think there's really something like poignant about this. And
thanks.
Do you agree? Like, do you look at your work and sort of do you try to find like poignancy in it, or do you just like whatever?
I don't necessarily do that, but when I look at it, I feel a certain way, because I'm like, oh, you know, I didn't purposely do this, and it turned out like that. And now when I'm editing it is when I really start to just stare at my own stuff, and I'm like, wow, I wonder what people would think about that. And I'll send it to friends and family, get their advice and stuff. And
nice. May I ask, like, does this picture make you feel any certain way?
Yeah, I'm honestly really proud of this photo. Like, a lot of people,
all of these photos.
A lot of people might be like, you know, whatever, that's random and doesn't make sense. But I love the style of this. It's hard being a photographer because everybody's photos, like we said, you know, the 50 millimeter, the 35 millimeter, it's very like what's in. And so I'm trying to do what's a little different, you know, like trying to capture people's attention.
Yeah. Which, I mean, you got my attention. Or remember when you sent them to me, I loved all of them. This one, like, really stood out. It was just great. Like, I was like, yo, pretty sure I saw this, like, on a vinyl record. Like, hey, that's really...
Thanks. A vinyl record? Hell yeah. I took 700 photos that day.
Dang.
So, you know, I just shoot. And I just adjust things. And, you know, I hadn't done that in a while when I did that, so...
Okay, because this is, again, like, the sort of slow shutter speed.
Yeah.
Nice. God, I love it. I love everything. The colors. And I think, I don't know if you said, when was this taken?
This one was 2019.
2019, nice. So we have 2017, 2019.
And a few months ago.
Yeah. All right, well, that's a brilliant one. Shout out to your model. Very
Thank
beautiful,
you.
handsome young fellow. And you ready to go to the next one?
I'm ready.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. This one also took my breath away because I was about to email like, "Yo, you sent me a painting, not a picture."
I know. Like, so the way that I edited it actually kind of made it look like a painting, which is probably not, you know.
I dig
that
it,
might
dude.
be a little frowned upon in the
this looks like
world.
A Led Zeppelin album or Pink Floyd.
I was really drunk when I took this, but it was because it was the first time I could legally drink. I was 18, and we were in Belize my mom took us to Belize.
Yeah.
And I had my camera on me, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow, look at that. And I was just out there just taking photos of everything. And like, of course, I got like 400 photos and I'm just looking through them. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, this one. And then it was one of those when I started editing it, I just was pulling from different ways on the red, green, blue curves kind of. And it ended up like this. Like, I was like, okay, you know what? I really like it.
I really dig it, dude. And just like everything, I mean, like something, again, like I always think of like the horizon line, right? Because like Steven Spielberg has this funny story where he meets the famed director John Ford as a teenager.
Yeah.
And he's like asking for advice, and John Ford's like, look at that painting. Where's the horizon? And Spielberg's like, right there. And then he's like, okay, now look at that picture. What do you see? He's like, animals? He's like, no, where's the horizon, you dumbass? And he's like, oh, and he cusses Steven Spielberg out. It's hilarious. So now every time I see something, I think of like a horizon line and like, just like, oh, awesome. Like, was this on a tripod or did you?
No, this was handheld.
Golly. And like,
yeah.
It's so straight. Like, it's perfect. It's crazy. And it's awesome. And like, what time of day was this?
It was probably at this point 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock, dang, nice.
I was just standing on the dock. The excursion, I was on a cruise, and so we took a boat from the cruise boat to there, and it was just its own little island, and so nothing was in my way. I didn't have city buildings to worry about. It was just all beach.
Yeah, were these just like random things, or did y'all were y'all on a boat that day, or?
Yeah, so you could actually go out in these boats if you wanted to. That was a part of it, and so they just had them docked right there. Then those guys were coming in, I think from parasailing maybe.
Nice.
And so I got them right in time. So
yeah, what a great what a great photo, and then like a great memory to have or whatever, like looking back.
Yeah.
But again, I'm still just blown away at the fact that like you did that handheld or whatever, and like it's perfect like that.
Well,
horizon.
I'm sure it wasn't perfect when the handheld shot, but you know, the little adjusting.
Yeah. Like the original, it's like a selfie of you. Like how did that come from?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's really great. Okay, I need to ask because I keep talking about album covers. Like, is that something you'd be interested in doing?
Yeah,
like, hey,
definitely. My dream job used to be going on tour with like a band. So
nice. Well, amazing photo.
Thanks.
Sorry, I cut you off.
You didn't.
But great. You ready for the next one, dude?
Ready.
All right, let's check it. Hey, yo.
So this was taken behind my apartment in San Marcos. I lived in the woods. He was the same deal, kind of SoundCloud rapper. Just wanted photos, was willing to let me take photos of him and not have any expectations. And then, so it worked out really well. When I don't, it's weird because with schoolwork, I work well under pressure, but with photography, I work well when I can do whatever I want. So
that makes sense. Because, just like creative or whatever, like you're not having get a grade. It's just like, it's still just you.
Yeah.
So that makes sense to me.
So,
okay, nice. So all of this, I love the greens. Did you play with the colors at all, or is this pretty much how it was when you took the photo?
I played with the colors a little bit. I brought the greens out a little. I thought this whole photo shoot was pretty cool because he was wearing the green jacket, and he's very I guess what's the word, flamboyant.
Nice.
Or so he was just willing to put anything on to look good for the photo. And so those glasses and everything, because a lot of it's to do with the model if you're going to be shooting people. So your photos can look really cool if it's a really cool person.
Yeah, that's a kind of a good question. I even think about to ask, but how do you direct your models? Do you just hey, get over there?
No, I've been told that I'm really good at telling people how to pose.
Yeah.
So I just, I don't know. I guess I should have told him not to have his phone in his hand, but
he does.
Yeah, you could.
Oh, no, I didn't even notice.
It's because he was playing his own music while we were taking, because he had to get in the headspace, So, but yeah, I kind of I wing it 100%. Just telling people where to go, what to do.
I always tell people I think that's the best way, because if you plan it too much,
it can look awkward. Yeah. It has to be based off.
It's never exactly how you wanted it to look, and so you're like,
Yeah, you meet them, you talk to them, and then you see what kind of stuff they would be into.
Okay, nice. And let me try. This was the 50, right? I assume it looks like a 50.
No, this was the 75-300. I got the 50 in December. I just started using the 50. I used the 75-300 for literally everything.
Okay, right. And obviously.
Yeah.
Was there any shutter speed manipulation on that, or?
No, I just basically would went out there and very basic camera settings, nothing special. And then people say you shouldn't use the flash that's built into your camera, but I did.
It has its moments. I like
it.
It has like a mid-2000s like Canon little just flash thing.
Yeah.
So I dig it. Well, that's a great photo. And you still keep in touch with him and your other model, I assume?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, nice.
Occasionally.
Very lovely. Well, I absolutely love this. And what the last that with the Horizon, what lens was that?
The 75 to 300. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It was literally my go-to for everything. I just wouldn't even put the other lenses on it.
Yeah. Okay, nice. Well, I really dig it. And so can we expect more photos sort of similar to this, or landscapes, or just like sort of everything?
Everything,
like in the future?
yeah.
Okay.
Everything in the future.
Yeah. I was about to say, assuming there is a future. I'm like, wait, what?
Assuming there is a future.
Cool. Awesome. I believe that's our last photo, so we'll go ahead and wrap that up. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I know the audience is going to love your photos probably, just as much, or if not more than I have.
I hope so.
They will. I mean, the Yoshis, look at them. They like it.
Yeah. Thank you.
And Buzz and Tommy and Spike, Ducky, and Hula Girl. Hula Woman, actually. No, but awesome. Well, thank you so much, Ireland. Like, I mean, your work, just you, the recommendations. It's been absolutely amazing.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me. You're the best.
Thank you. I try to be, I'm a humble king. But
the best.
Hey.
Always a humble king.
Exactly. But no, seriously, thank you so much. This has been absolutely amazing. And
thank you.
I think that'll do it for today, dude. So have a good one.
We did it.
Thank y'all so much, and we'll see y'all next time, bro. Bye. Thank you so much.
Woo. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Thank you, Bean.